Tales of Oliver Pig by Jean Van Leeuwen, pictures by Arnold Lobel. Baking Day. "Today," said Oliver, "I want to dig a very deep hole, and after that I will make you a sand cake." "Today is not the day for outside," said Mother. "It is cold and wet." "Oh, what can I do then?" asked Oliver. "Come to my kitchen," said Mother. A big yellow mixing bowl was on the table. "Today," said Mother, "is a baking day." "What are we going to bake?" asked Oliver. "Oatmeal cookies," said Mother. "With raisins?" asked Oliver. "With lots of raisins," said Mother. Mother took the cooking things out of the cupboard. "What will we put on the cookies?" asked Oliver. "First, some butter," said Mother, "and some sugar." "Can I do the mixing?" asked Oliver. "Yes," said Mother. Oliver started stirring. "Gah!" said Amanda. Mother gave Amanda a bowl and a spoon. Amanda started stirring. "Now we'll need an egg," said Mother. Oliver stirred up the egg until the yellow part disappeared. "And the oats, of course," said Mother. Oliver stirred them in. "And a cup of flour and some baking powder," said Mother. Oliver stirred and stirred. Flour spilled on the table. Flour got all over Oliver. "This is hard work," said Oliver. "Yes," said Mother, "but you are a good helper." Amanda patted flour all over herself. "Now the spices," said Mother. Oliver put in a sprinkle of nutmeg and a sprinkle of cloves and 2 sprinkles of cinnamon. "We need one more thing," said Mother. "What do you think it is?" "Raisins?" asked Oliver. "Raisins," said Mother. Mother poured 2 piles of raisins on the table. "These are for the cookies," she said, "and these are for my helper." "Gah?" said Amanda. Mother poured 2 piles of raisins on Amanda's tray. Amanda ate both piles. "Now the cookie dough is ready," said Mother. Oliver patted the dough into little balls. Mother put them in the pan. "What comes next?" asked Oliver. "The baking is next," said Mother. Mother put the cookies into the oven. "What would you like to do while the cookies bake?" she asked. "Let's do nothing," said Oliver. "Let's just wait to eat some." Mother and Oliver and Amanda sat at the kitchen table. They listened to the rain outside. They smelled the smell of baking cookies. "I am happy now," said Oliver. "Why are you happy?" asked Mother. "Because you are here," said Oliver, "and Amanda is here, and I am not cold and wet. I am warm. Baking cookies is warm." "That is what I like about baking day," said Mother. A bad day. "I am building a road," said Oliver, "and Amanda can't touch anything." Oliver's road went across the whole couch. It had bridges and tunnels and a gas station and a parking lot. He put his cars and trucks on it. "Now they are all parked," he said, "and it's a traffic jam." Amanda picked up Oliver's racing cars. "No," said Oliver. Amanda began to cry. "Oliver," said Father, "wouldn't it be nice to let Amanda play with one car?" "No," said Oliver. "All my cars are for me." After lunch, Oliver took down his dinosaur book. "Read it to me," he said. Father and Oliver read together in the big chair. Amanda read on the floor. Oliver got down and took Amanda's book. "I want to read this book," he said. Amanda began to cry. "Oliver," said Father, "wouldn't it be nice to share the books?" "No," said Oliver. "The books are mine." After he finished reading, Oliver dumped out all his blocks. "I'm going to build a skyscraper," he said. "It will be 20 stories high. Amanda, go away." Oliver started building. Amanda watched. The skyscraper got very tall. Amanda stood on tiptoe to put a block on top. No, said Oliver. The skyscraper fell down. No, 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 shouted Oliver. Amanda began to cry. Father hugged them both. She made the skyscraper fall down, said Oliver. She was only trying to help, said Father. Isn't it nice to help each other? No, said Oliver. It isn't nice. You and Amanda have had a bad day, said Father. Maybe some supper will help. On the table were spaghetti, meatballs, and peas, and bread and butter. This is my best supper, said Oliver. Put a lot on my plate. Father and Mother and Oliver began to eat. Amanda didn't. Open your mouth and close your eyes, said Father, and I will give you a scrumptious surprise. Amanda opened her mouth and closed her eyes. Father put a meatball in. Amanda spit it out. Well, maybe she's cutting her molars, said Mother. Oliver had 2 peas left. He put one in his mouth. Yummy, he said. He put another pea on Amanda's plate. Amanda looked at Oliver. She ate the pea. Oliver put a piece on spaghetti of Amanda's plate. Amanda ate it. Oliver put a meatball on Amanda's plate. Ummy, said Amanda, and she ate it all. My goodness, said Father. I believe Oliver has discovered the secret of getting Amanda to eat. I believe he has, said Mother. Oliver laughed. Amanda laughed. Then Oliver gave Amanda the bread and butter he was saving on his plate for last. Grandmother's visit. Is there any mail for me? Asked Oliver. Mother took the letters out of the mailbox. Here is a letter for the Benjamin Pig family, she said. Does family mean me? Asked Oliver. Yes, said Mother. Mother and Oliver and Amanda read the letter. It said, My dears, I am delighted that you asked me to visit. I will be there on Thursday in time for supper. Love, Grandmother. Oh my, said Mother. Today is Thursday. I will have to work hard to get ready for Grandmother. I will work hard with you, said Oliver. First, we will need to clean Grandmother's room, said Mother. Mother dusted the floors. Oliver dusted the tables. Amanda dusted under the bed with her stomach. She found the missing piece from Oliver's puzzle. Some flowers on the table would be nice, said Mother. Oliver and Amanda picked pansies from the garden. Mother put them next to Grandmother's bed. Well, Grandmother likes to read in bed, said Mother. She put an extra pillow on the bed. Oliver got his monster book and his elephant. Well, Grandmother can read my monster book, he said, and she can hug my elephant when she goes to sleep. Well, that is nice, said Mother. Now, Grandmother's room is ready. After lunch, I will start cooking. Oliver watched Mother cook. Well, what are you making? He asked. Cherry pie, said Mother. It is a surprise for Grandmother. I want to make a surprise for Grandmother, too, said Oliver. Oliver went to his room and mixed up a raisin pie and put it in the oven. Then he cooked some other things for Grandmother. He made spaghetti and meatballs and cinnamon toast and chocolate pudding and apple juice. Now I am ready for Grandmother, he said. Grandmother came a little later. When she saw her room, she said, Everything is just right. Supper is ready, said Mother. Good, said Grandmother. I'm as hungry as a bear. They sat down at the table. Cherry pie, said Grandmother. What a lovely surprise. I made you a lovely surprise, too, said Oliver. It is a raisin pie. I am very fond of raisin pie, said Grandmother. After supper, Oliver took Grandmother to his room. She sat at his table and ate spaghetti and meatballs and cinnamon toast and chocolate pudding and apple juice and raisin pie. Then she rocked in the rocking chair with Olivia and Amanda on her lap. Are you still as hungry as a bear, Grandmother? Asked Oliver. No, said Grandmother. With cherry pie and raisin pie to eat and you and Amanda to hug, I am full right up to the top. Me too, said Oliver. Snowsuits. Oliver saw the snow coming down. I want to sit on top of a big pile of snow, he said. And I want you to pull me on my sled, and I want to make footprints. All right, said Mother. Let's get ready. Mother got out the snowsuits. Oliver got out his sweater that Grandmother made. Amanda got out all her sweaters. No, no, said Mother. She put the sweaters away. Mother helped Oliver with his snowsuit and his scarf and his hat. She started on his boots. Amanda got out her boots and all of her hats. No, no, said Mother. She put the extra hats away. Look, said Oliver. I put on my boots myself. Very good, said Mother. Mother put on Amanda's sweater and her snowsuit and her scarf. Mother, said Oliver, I can't walk in my boots. Your boots are on the wrong feet, said Mother. Let me help you. Amanda put on her hat. It covered her eyes. No, no, said Mother. Come here, Amanda. Amanda couldn't see to come here. She fell down. Her snowsuit made her too fat to get up. She began to cry. Don't cry, my sweet potato, said Mother. She gave Amanda a kiss. Amanda stopped crying. Mother started on Amanda's boots. Oliver got out his pail and shovel and his dump truck and his steam shovel. Oliver, said Mother, those are sand toys, not snow toys. Amanda got out her stuffed rabbit and pulled her duck. No, no, said Mother. Those are not snow toys either. Mother put all the toys away. Now I will help you with your mittens, she said. I can do mine myself, said Oliver. Very good, said Mother. Look, said Oliver. I put my mittens on my ears. Oliver, you know that mittens don't go on your ears, said Mother. She fixed Oliver's mittens. Then she lifted Oliver and Amanda into the big chair. Now see if you can sit very still, she said, while I put on my coat and hat. When Mother came back, Oliver and Amanda were sitting very still, but Oliver's hat and scarf and mittens and Amanda's hat and scarf and mittens were on the floor. What happened? Asked Mother. We got too hot, said Oliver. Mother sat very still on the couch. What are you doing? Asked Oliver. I'm crying, said Mother. You can't cry, said Oliver. Mothers don't cry. Well, I am, said Mother. Oliver climbed onto Mother's lap. Well, don't cry, sweet potato, he said. We will be nice. Amanda gave Mother a kiss. Mother dried her eyes. I have finished crying, she said. Let's go outside. Hooray, said Oliver. I will sit on top of the snow. Bye-bye, said Amanda. Is it Oliver? I am hiding, said Oliver. Come and find me. Father came in the room. He looked in the closet. He looked in the toy box. He looked under the bed. I can't find Oliver anywhere, he said. He looked in the bed. Aha, said Father. What is this I see with only its ears sticking out? Is it a big brown bear? No, said Oliver. Well then, said Father, could these ears be of an elephant? No, said Oliver. I know, said Father. A mouse has crept into my house. No, said Oliver. Maybe, said Father, it is a caterpillar. No, said Oliver. Or a cucumber, said Father. Nope, said Oliver. I've got it, said Father. It's a steam shovel. No, said Oliver. There's only one thing left, said Father. It must be a meatball. Nope, said Oliver. I give up then, said Father. What can it be? Please tell me. It's your Oliver, said Oliver. Father lifted the quilt from Oliver's face. Why, so it is, he said. Father gave Oliver a hug and a kiss and tucked him in tight. Good night, my little Oliver, he said. Good night, Father, said Oliver, and he went right to sleep.